Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm in beautiful Managua, Nicaragua. I'm with my friend Enrique, and we're gonna be covering a topic that's really important, and people have asked me to cover this topic on the channel. And the topic is healthcare in Nicaragua. What happens if you're in Nicaragua and you get injured? What can you do? What about if you're gonna be here long term and you need healthcare while you're here? Or better yet, what about if you want to move here permanently? Is there a good option for you in order to have health care to make sure your family's covered and you're covered? So we're going to be talking about these 3 to 5 topics while we're here, and hopefully this gives you value and you leave with a little piece of gold nugget after this video. So Enrique, nice to meet you. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
So you're a Nicaraguan native?
Yes, I am.
And then right now you're living in Florida though, right?
Yes, in Tampa.
In Tampa. And what do you do for a living?
I actually work for a major carrier for healthcare in the U.S.
Okay, so you're actually doing healthcare in the U.S. We're going
do.
to talk about healthcare in Nicaragua. Since you lived here for so long, you're familiar with it now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the basic healthcare, right? Like, what is the basic entry healthcare for the general population of Nicaragua? And then we'll work our way up in the options for like expats or travelers.
Okay.
So if someone, let's say a blue-collar worker, what's their options for healthcare in Nicaragua?
Okay, so Nicaragua does have like free healthcare. However, it lacks the infrastructure when it comes to some of the hospitals on the free in the free aspect, right? So if you go with the free option, the one that is available to everyone, you're probably gonna see that the installations are not the nicest. Of course, you know, you can still get things done. They're probably not gonna have the medicine or the supplies that you need. So the next level, you know, that blue-collar workers kind of use is the one that they, it's almost like an employer coverage type of deal.
They give that here, employer coverage. It's mandatory, right, in Nicaragua?
It is. It is.
Okay.
So whenever they get paid, a portion gets taken out, a percentage gets taken out, and that kind of covers the insurance for them. Now, it works like an HMO in the sense that when you first get the employer coverage, you have to tell the insurance which hospital do you want to deal with. And then they're going to go ahead and they're going to put you with that hospital. You're going to use that hospital for your things, for your needs.
So that type of coverage blends with the free coverage then, right? So if someone's not employed and they're a regular citizen, they get injured, they go to the free hospital, right? But that hospital is also serving the same people that are getting insurance through their work.
Exactly.
Correct. Okay.
Exactly. So then when you get it through your work, then you're gonna expect better service. You have access to nicer installations in hospitals that are private. You know, so you will have access to the private hospitals.
Does that cover medicine though? The cost of medicine.
Some medicine. It may cover some medicine.
Okay, so those are the 2 basic options for a blue-collar worker or someone living here in this country. What about options for like expats, or not even only expats? What about citizens here that want something more in their health coverage? What options has they got?
So you do have the option for a private insurance, and that's an option that even some of the wealthy people here will go with because it'll give them flexibility to pick their doctors. They have access to more renowned hospitals, and some of them may even be international to where they can actually use it while they're traveling to a different country. So the costs for something like that could vary. There are several different plans, several different options. Some of them will work as an indemnity type of policy, meaning that you have to pay first and then you get reimbursed. You submit your claim with a copy of the receipt, and then they reimburse you. Some other ones may actually work like regular insurance, like they do in the U.S. So you'll have, for instance, you'll have a actual card that you show to the hospital, but only a handful of hospitals will be able to pick that type of coverage. So it really depends. There's 2 major hospitals here that a lot of expat will kind of choose from, and that will be Hospital Militar and Vivian Pelas.
Okay, private. They're fully private.
They're not fully private. They take the private and also semi-private. You see what I mean?
Yeah, okay, semi-private. So the military hospital, very nice hospital, super clean, semi-private. So you have people that have insurance through their work going there, but also people who pay for their private health care going there.
Exactly.
But Vivian Pelas, all only private.
Correct.
You can only get in there. So when you say private healthcare, does that mean you're paying monthly? What does that mean? Or do you not pay monthly? You just pay when you need it.
Okay.
What kind of private do you have?
Okay. So I mean, there's two options. There's the cash option where you can pay cash, and you'll be surprised because the cost is very much it's very similar to the U.S. With insurance. So for those who they have the concerns of how much it's going to be, costs overall is going to be cheaper already
In Nicaragua.
In Nicaragua,
right?
I'll give you an example. We went to the hospital yesterday, and it was a $20 cost for the actual visit with a specialist.
Wow.
Right?
And he gave you full time.
It
relax.
gives you full time. There were actually two doctors. It was a specialist visit for $20. In the other hospital, maybe $40 or $50. Then the same doctors, sometimes they have their clinics that they also run.
Yeah.
So they may work a few days in a hospital, a few days in their actual clinic, and then they may charge a different rate, but they usually will be less than $50 for cash price.
Yeah.
So it's very.
That's a good deal.
It is a very good deal.
Yeah. So you can pay. So if you want private, then you can call up your doctor and say, hey, can I get a consultation? I need X, Y, and Z. You pay your fee.
Yeah.
But then there's also an insurance that you can pay monthly. How much is that insurance a month if you want a private insurance?
It could vary between $80 to $100.
Dollars a month.
Yes, $120. So of course, the insurance works. The older you are, probably a different rate. If you want to get a private insurance like that, but you do have that as an option.
Okay, and that's good to know. So would this private insurance that you pay monthly cover 100% of your bill if something happens to you?
There's different ones, 80-20. It seems to be
80%, 20 out of pocket?
Yeah.
Okay.
That seems to be almost like the one that they use the most. But of course, the higher coverage you want, then the more expensive it's going to be per month.
Interesting. And how would you compare the attention here and also just the ability to see patients, treat them compared to the U.S.?
Well, the human aspect is a lot better here.
Interesting. Yeah.
So, in the U.S., everything is so commercialized. It's business. So, when you go see the doctor over there, you probably notice that the doctor is tending to multiple people. They put you in a room, and the same doctor will go from room to the next to the next, give them the ability to see multiple patients at one, so they don't give you a full hour. Here, they actually do give you the full hour.
Okay.
And then you see the human aspect of it. They since it's a small town, if you may run into them when you're doing grocery shopping, and they're gonna ask you, hey, how's everything? How you feeling? So even after, they're not even billing you, for that.
Still follow up.
They still follow up, and they kind of care. They care about their patients. Of course, you're gonna have a few doctors that they have a different mentality because they want to buy a new vehicle or want to go to Europe or something like that. But for the most part, people here that chose that career is because they actually care and they want to see their patient, they want to help out their patients. And there are going to be doctors that will actually spend a lot of time with you. So you get more face time with the doctor. Doctor does whatever they can to help you out. Sometimes they'll give you their personal number so you can call them. It's like, hey, doctor, I'm feeling this way. Is it okay? And they're not billing you for those things.
Okay,
so,
wow. Interesting. What about medicine? Like the cost of medicine and options of medicines? Because if you go private, you get prescribed medicines, you still have to go obtain those medicines. What is that process like here? Okay,
so it's very easy. So a lot of times, you'll find that you can get a lot of medicine without prescriptions here in Nicaragua, and some of them may need a prescription, but it's you have a conversation with the doctor will prescribe it, and then you can go to the pharmacy, and sometimes the hospital will have a pharmacy within, so you can use a private pharmacy. It will be a lot quicker than using the one in the hospital. But
okay, and the cost
of medicine is a lot cheaper here. Believe it or not, it's things like are common though. But there's two different markets when it comes to medicine. There are the medicines that actually comes into the country. The ones that come into the country, then those are regulated by the state. So meaning that the price, the pharmacy cannot charge, over a certain amount.
So they regulate the price.
They regulate
for the
the
people,
price.
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
But there are certain medicines that do not come here but they have to come. They come in a different way, right? So, like an alternative market, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
So those type of medicine will be more expensive because they actually buy it in the U.S. and they bring it over. You know.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But for the most part, most medicine are going to be a lot cheaper here. A lot of people will actually buy medication and take them with them, you know, when they go back to the U.S.
Okay. So if we cover some good topics here. So if you're someone that's visiting and you get injured in Nicaragua, you could either go to the free hospital, which is going to be probably packed, right? Because there's a lot of people there, or you can choose to go to a private area hospital to get attended and then cover the cost, right? If you haven't gotten travel insurance.
Right, and then the superior, you know, healthcare, of course, is going to be more on the private side. You know, if you go for the free option, you're going to find a lot of the doctors there. They are apprentice. They're learning.
They're starting off.
Yeah, starting out. So that's how they get their hands-on type of training on you know, and you're still going to get care for, like if you have a broken leg or something like that, they're still going to care for you. But it's just going to be somebody that's learning how to do it and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, okay, interesting. And then what about so expats? And expats is the two options, right? Either free, private where you front the bill, or private where you pay monthly to have your costs covered, 80/20, right?
Or cash. So you have cash, private, in private where you actually pay a monthly and they cover you. You just pay your copay or deductible if there's any. And then usually not a deductible, but the other one is the private where is reimbursement. You know, so you just give them you submit a claim and then they'll pay you.
Wow. Okay, man, that's interesting stuff. And okay, so now let's talk about a little bit. Should someone be worried then in terms of being covered if they come here?
They shouldn't. I mean, I think that if you're planning to be in Nicaragua for more than 15 days, maybe travel insurance will be a good option just
That's
to
a
give
good
you
tip.
give you a peace of mind. You know, again, travel insurance usually very affordable and just gives you that peace of mind if something does happen. Now, even if you don't have insurance, you shouldn't be worried. But if you think that you're going to need a lot of work, you know, then at that point getting insurance will make sense. You know?
Okay. Well, thank you, man. Any tips then for last one before the people we leave here?
Yeah, so I mean, if you are concerned about coming here to Nicaragua, thinking about, oh, you know, how's healthcare with the quality, you know, you shouldn't. There's really good quality doctor, good quality service here, especially at the two major hospital, and the options are very good. I mean, I come here and I pay out of pocket cash for my service, right? Okay. So it's still more affordable to get it done in the U.S. So that's why there's some tourism. They call it like medical tourism. They can actually come here, get the services done, and then go back home to the U.S. So give you a case in point, the dental implants over there, very expensive. You know, here you can get it for a fraction of the cost. So again, don't be afraid to to come over here thinking, hey, you know, is it going to be more expensive? It's not going to be more expensive even if you pay cash. And if you're going to be here long term, maybe getting the private insurance will give you extra peace of mind. So that way you feel a lot better. And, you know, like somebody that gets like a chronic condition, they may need multiple visits, multiple testing. Give you an example, MRI in the U.S. maybe run for about $1,400. Here it runs about $500-600, and it's very good equipment too. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, man. That's a very good tip. So thank you, Enrique, for your time.
Okay.
Hopefully you guys found this valuable. I wanted to do this video for a long time because a lot of the followers and new people to the channel have asked about this. It's a big topic, and we do our best in this channel to cover this for you. So we want to say thank you to Enrique. If you have any questions, drop them below. I'll pass them on to him, and then I can do another follow-up video to answer. And make sure to follow the channel. We're living up north, building a coffee farm. So the channel is about building the coffee farm and also real life Nicaragua, raw experience, everything you need to know, where to go, travel, and just the people in general. So thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.